Welcome to our deep dive, everybody. And get this, we're tackling precognitive memories, the kind that seem to predict the future.
Absolutely fascinating stuff.
Yeah, and you guys sent us some really cool info about a Japanese TV show.
From way back 1992.
Yeah, 1992. That seems to have kind of predicted
Some things happening today.
some things happening right now. Pretty crazy, right? We're going to look at that, and we're also going to look at the work of Dr. Brian Weiss.
Yeah, Dr. Weiss, a psychiatrist who really changed
How we think about
past lives.
past lives, exactly, and like what the mind can do. So get ready. We're going deep into time, consciousness,
And maybe even memories from, well,
beyond this life.
beyond this life, yeah. It really is a fascinating blend of ideas, wouldn't you say? That 1992 experiment.
From Miracle Zone?
Miracle Zone, that's right.
It's like a real life example of what Dr. Weiss talks about.
Yeah, some of those core concepts he explores.
Okay, so Miracle Zone. For people who haven't heard of it, can you give us the rundown? Like what happened back then?
Sure. So the show's producers, they put together this hypnosis experiment, and they wanted to see the future.
Well,
30 years into the future, to be exact. So they hypnotized the host, her name was Nihon Ai, and asked her to describe what she saw.
and it's like super accurate, kind of creepy how accurate it is from what you've said.
It is.
Like what did she see?
Well, she described a major city,
Okay.
possibly Tokyo, and everything seemed to be working, but there were no people.
No people.
Yeah, just imagine like a city running but empty. Pretty stark image.
Yeah, that's a little freaky.
Definitely a bit unsettling. I can only imagine how people reacted back then.
So what did people think back then? Like how did they interpret it?
Well, people were worried, as you can imagine. I mean, some thought she was predicting a huge earthquake.
Oh, wow.
Or even like a world war,
Yeah, it makes sense with...
Given Japan's history.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not surprising. Those were the first thoughts that came to mind.
So did any of that actually happen? Like earthquake, world war?
No, neither of those things happened. But here's the thing.
Okay.
When we look at it now, from today's perspective, it means something totally different.
That's what's so crazy about it. It's
Right.
like she saw something beyond the obvious.
Right.
So how does her vision connect to what's happening today?
Well, think about the pandemic and those lockdowns in 2020, 2021.
Oh, yeah.
Suddenly, cities all over the world were empty,
The
quiet.
streets were empty.
Yeah. The world kept going, but without us really being there.
Wow, yeah,
Kind of like what Nihon AI described, wouldn't you say?
totally. It's hard to deny the connection.
It is.
It makes you think, like, what if that crazy vision from 30 years ago was actually like a glimpse into our reality?
Right.
But how is that even possible?
That's where Dr. Brian Weiss comes in. He gives us a way to understand things that seem impossible. You see, Dr. Weiss, he's a psychiatrist, a traditional one, and he started out as a total skeptic.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Anything that couldn't be scientifically proven, reincarnation, all that, he wasn't buying it.
So what happened? Like, what made him change his mind?
Well, there was this one patient, Catherine.
Okay.
She was having these terrible panic attacks, and nothing helped. Not even regular therapy.
Wow.
Yeah, focusing on childhood trauma, nothing worked. So he tried hypnosis,
Okay.
and that's when things got interesting.
Is that where the past life stuff comes in?
Exactly. Under hypnosis, Catherine started describing vivid memories, but they didn't seem like they were from her life.
Oh, wow.
She talked about dying in a flood as a young girl in what she felt was a past life.
That's incredible.
It was a powerful experience for her, and the fact that she got better afterwards, well, it made Dr. Weiss really rethink everything.
So Catherine, she's like the reason he started exploring these ideas.
You could say that. Catherine was just the beginning, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Over time, he saw many patients who, under hypnosis, remembered past lives with incredible detail.
Why?
So he developed his concept of past life regression therapy.
So for people who don't know, what's that? How does that work?
Well, he believes it can help people with deep fears, anxieties, even physical problems by finding and healing trauma from past lives. The idea is that our experiences, good and bad, shape us, and those experiences might go beyond just this one lifetime.
So it's like looking back at your soul's journey to
Yeah.
figure out why you're struggling now.
You got it. By accessing these memories through hypnosis, people can understand the root causes of their struggles and start to heal them.
That's pretty amazing.
It is. And one of the most interesting parts of his work is about soulmates and how they connect across lifetimes.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't just talk about it.
No,
He has real stories.
he does from his practice.
And that's where Pedro and Elizabeth come in.
That's right.
That's the story I've been wanting to hear about.
Two patients who didn't even know each other, but they told him about these interconnected past life memories, right? So tell me, what were their stories like?
Okay, so Pedro, he was a successful businessman, came to Dr. Weiss because he was grieving his brother's death.
Oh. And through past life regression, he remembered multiple lives full of separation and loss.
Like what?
Well, for example, he was a monk who had to leave his love, and a sailor who died missing his family.
Oh, wow.
And then there was Elizabeth, who was struggling with relationships. She also uncovered memories that seemed to link with Pedro's.
Really?
She described witnessing her father being killed by Roman soldiers and being raised with a boy she felt really connected to in a Mongolian tribe.
So wait, they were seeing him separately, but their stories were connected.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
Both of their past lives had those same themes of separation and loss.
Wow, imagine being Dr. Weiss, realizing that.
I know, pretty amazing, right?
So he knows their stories are linked, suggests a soulmate connection, but he can't tell them.
Nope. Patient confidentiality.
So what did he do?
He got a little creative. He arranged for them to bump into each other in his waiting room, hoping they'd feel that soul connection.
Nothing happened.
Not at that time, no. But get this. Years later, they randomly met at an airport.
No way.
Yeah, felt an instant connection and ended up getting married.
Wow, that's amazing.
And neither of them knew about those shared past life memories from therapy.
So they were meant to find each other,
It seems that way.
even after all those lifetimes.
It really makes you think about how deep those soul connections can be.
It does. So we've got this 1992 TV show, maybe predicting our pandemic reality, and we've got Dr. Weiss saying our memories, our experiences, they go beyond just this life.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here?
Well, remember that prediction about humans existing as pure consciousness without bodies?
Yeah.
That might not be so far-fetched when we consider Dr. Weiss's work.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear more.
We'll get into it.
Okay, good. All right, so how does Dr. Weiss's work connect to that idea of humans as pure consciousness?
Well, he talks about something called future memories. Like, just as we might have memories from past lives.
We might have memories from the future.
He suggests that's possible.
So that feeling of, déjà vu.
Yeah.
Could that be a glimpse of my own future?
Maybe. It's a question people have pondered for a long time.
That's kind of freaky, right? Like, does that mean our future's already decided?
Dr. Weiss believes that we might get these glimpses, but we still have choices. You know, we can change things.
Oh, okay.
It's not a fixed destiny, just possibilities.
So more like seeing potential outcomes, not a set script.
Exactly. Like having a map with different routes, you might see landmarks along the way, but you choose your path.
I like that. That makes it less scary.
Right. It's empowering knowing we have a say in our lives, even if we get these glimpses.
So if we're not limited to like a straight line of time, what does that even mean for how we understand reality?
That's a big question. Dr. Weiss suggests that our usual idea of time, that straight line, might just be how our brains work, you know, to make sense of the world.
Oh,
But our consciousness, our soul, maybe it operates outside of time, in a place where past, present, future are all connected.
whoa. So our souls are like time travelers.
In a way, maybe. And if that's true, then that prediction of humans existing as pure consciousness, it's not so crazy anymore.
Yeah, not just science fiction.
Right. It becomes a real possibility.
Like, could the metaverse be not just a virtual reality thing, but like the next step in our consciousness?
Who knows? All this technology, AI, virtual reality, maybe it reflects how our consciousness is evolving.
This is blowing my mind a little bit, I gotta say.
You had it. It really challenges everything we think we know.
We gotta stay open-minded though, right?
Absolutely. And think critically and don't just believe everything you hear.
But also be curious, right?
Hmm.
Like, what if some of what Dr. Weiss is saying is true?
It's exciting to think about. It opens up so many possibilities.
It really does.
Yeah.
So how does Dr. Weiss use these ideas practically? You mentioned he helps people using past life regression therapy.
Yeah, so the idea is that trauma, fears, even physical pain can stick with us from past lives.
Oh, okay.
And by accessing those memories through hypnosis, people can understand the root of their problems and start to heal.
So someone struggling with like anxiety or chronic pain, they might actually find relief by dealing with trauma from a past life.
Exactly. It's a powerful concept, acknowledging that our past experiences, even from other lifetimes, can shape us today.
So it's like we can heal not just ourselves now, but who we were before.
Right, and this ties into his idea of future memories, suggesting that time isn't this rigid thing we think it is.
Like our idea of time as a box. And Dr. Weiss wants us to think outside of it.
That's a great way to put it. He wants us to expand our awareness to see that our lives are way more interconnected than we realize.
We started with a Japanese TV show, and now we're talking about time, consciousness, and memories that span lifetimes.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
It really has. And it makes you think, what does it all mean?
Well, if you take a step back, it suggests that we might be so much more than we think we are.
Like, maybe our potential is limited by how we see reality right now.
Maybe we are all time travelers, carrying memories from other lives. It's a question for each of us to explore. Dr. Weiss gives us a way to understand these things, but ultimately, we decide what resonates with us.
And maybe, just maybe, we all have a bit of Nihon AI in us, a little bit of precognitive ability waiting to be unlocked.
Perhaps the human mind is full of mystery, and the more we explore it, the more we realize how much we don't know.
I think we've given our listeners a lot to ponder today. We've talked about precognitive memories, reincarnation, soulmates.
Even the possibility of a future where we exist as pure consciousness.
We've covered some mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you think, like, what else is out there? What haven't we figured out yet?
Right. It really puts things in perspective.
It does. And you know what? From all this, what really stands out to you?
I think what's most interesting is how both that TV show, Miracle Zone, and Dr. Weiss, they both make us question what we think we know about time and reality.
It's true, and it makes you wonder if maybe things like precognitive memories or reincarnation, maybe they're not impossible. Maybe we just don't understand them yet.
Yeah, like our current understanding is just scratching the surface.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up, there's one more thing I want to touch on.
Okay.
You mentioned that Dr. Weiss doesn't just talk about this stuff. He actually uses it to help people.
Right.
So can you tell us a bit more about that?
Sure. So he's developed therapies, like past life regression therapy, to help people deal with problems they're having now by looking at their past lives.
Okay, so someone who's dealing with anxiety or chronic pain, they could find relief by, like, uncovering and healing trauma from a past life.
That's the idea. It's recognizing that even experiences that seem long gone can still affect us today.
I like that. It's kind of empowering. Like, we have the power to heal not just ourselves now, but also parts of who we were before.
Right. It's a whole new way of thinking about personal growth and healing. And it goes hand in hand with those ideas about future memories and how time might not be as linear as we think.
It's like Dr. Weiss is saying, hey, our understanding of time is a box and we need to think outside of it.
I like that. That's a great way to put it. His work really encourages us to open our minds, to consider that maybe our lives are way more connected and expansive than we realize.
We started with a Japanese TV show, and now we're talking about time, consciousness, the possibility of having memories from other lives. Wow.
It's been quite a deep dive.
It really has. Well, I think we've given everyone listening a lot to think about today.
We have.
We explored precognitive memories, reincarnation, soulmates, even the possibility of a future where consciousness goes beyond the physical body.
This deep dive has really made us question the nature of time, reality, even who we are.
It's challenged us to consider what might be possible if we look beyond what we think we know. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely feeling inspired to learn more. And for anyone listening who wants to dive deeper into all this, I highly recommend checking out Dr. Weiss's book.
Yeah, his most famous one, Many Lives, Many Masters, is a great place to start.
His books are full of amazing stories, insights, and ideas that'll make you see the world and yourself in a whole new way. So to everyone listening, what do you think? Are you ready to embrace the possibility that you might be more than you've ever imagined? Maybe there's a bit of a time traveler in all of us, carrying echoes of past lives and glimpses of future possibilities. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.